Hello MPL fans, and welcome to the first power rankings of the season. They are preseason power rankings based off of what I've seen and what I've talked with the coaches about. I'm your host, BulkyCottonCandy, if you can't tell by my voice already. And basically, I just want to say, this is a disclaimer, to anyone that feels they are not rated as high as they feel they should be. This is my personal opinion. And if you have beef with me, bring a fork and take it up with me over PMs. This is mainly for the coaches, and I really like everyone in the league. I get along with everyone that I've talked to so far, and I really like everyone in the league, and I just don't want people to think, oh, I like Team A better than I like Team B, so I'm gonna put Team A higher and Team B lower. No, it's not it at all. It's just how I feel they will do in the league at this moment. I haven't seen any of their play styles or anything, so I don't really know exactly what they're gonna do. For all I know, someone in like 12th place could end up in 1st place in next week's power rankings. Actually, pause. Another thing, next week's power rankings, we actually will not have power rankings, because of the fact that I don't feel comfortable doing a preseason and then doing a week 1. I want to get to know everyone's play styles a bit better, so we'll have week 2 power rankings. So there you have it. Well, week 2 power rankings right before week 3 comes up. These power rankings will go up on Thursdays, the day before the battles go up, so be on the lookout for that on the MPL channel. But with that, let's just delve right into it. Coming in at 16th place, we have a 3-way tie between the Leeds Rhyhorns, coached by Jordy YT out of the Green Division, the Wolverhampton Weaviles, coached by Just Weavile out of the Green Division, and the Oakland Raichus, coached by War Tortoise, coming out of the Blue Division. And the only reason they are down here is because I could not properly rate them, or fairly rate them, I should say, due to the fact that I never got a chance to talk with any of their coaches about their drafts, because our schedules just did not line up, and that's really the only reason. Moving on, in 13th place, coming out of the Green Division as well, we have the St. Louis Stabilizer. Almost said the wrong team's name. Coached by Donaghy, and reasoning for that is he has a really good draft. I just don't feel that it synergizes very well. It's just like some of the things make sense, like picking up Goodra and Cresselia for both, and Pythagoras, because that's a special wall, a physical wall, and then a both special and physical wall right there. But then picking up Mega Medicham, I don't see why. At the point in the draft, I believe Mega Gallade was still available, so I just didn't see why he picked up Medicham instead of Gallade. Because in my opinion, Gallade is a better Mega than Mega Medicham, but it was his decision, and that's just what I feel. I just feel some of it just didn't synergize as well as it could have. In 12th place, we have the Baltimore Braviars coming out of the Blue Division, coached by Moxie Infernape, and he's down here because I feel that some of his draft honestly just doesn't make sense to me. Like Porygon Z, I didn't see a reason for him to draft Porygon Z, and then Flareon, honestly, Flareon is not a very good pick in my opinion. I know he is dropping it for Honchkrow, but I didn't really get a chance to look at how Honchkrow fits into his team, and he did drop Mega Gallade, so Donaghy did have a chance to get Mega Medicham, because that was his first pick, while Mega Gallade was Moxie Infernape's, or the Baltimore Braviars' second pick. And I feel like he has a lot of hyper offense to mix with kind of subdued bulk, and in my opinion, that just doesn't work very well as a team. And then moving on, in 11th place we have the that's the wrong team. we have the Phoenix Sun Flores coached by Rizzy Powell, the champions of last season. And the reason I put him down here is, honestly, I just feel some of the things he said he wanted to do with his team, just, in all honesty, I didn't see them working out very well. Like, he has T-Tar with Sandstream, but the only thing that really synergizes with it is Stoutland. And, yeah, because everything else I think takes Sandstorm damage. Azumarill, Latios, Gliscor doesn't. Mega Pinsir does, Rotom Heat does, Roserade does, Cloyster does, Blissey, and Miss Magius all take, that's, what? Hold on. That's 8 of his 9 other mons, besides T-Tar and Stoutland, that take Sandstorm damage, and I believe Stoutland actually takes Sandstorm damage as well. So, it just, in my opinion, that just didn't synergize together. And also, I really don't see a reason why he has Mega Pinsir or Blissey. I know Blissey is a special wall, but he said he picked it up for no reason. And then Mega Pinsir, I just couldn't pull a reason why he could pick that when he could have picked a bunch of other Megas. Or a handful of other Megas, really. And he had an interview, I will say that, but he lost his audio file, so there's nothing I can really do about that. Sorry. In 10th place, we have the Dallas Staravias out of the Yellow Division, coached by Pokemon Trip HD. And I just feel that a lot of his draft just really did not make a whole lot of sense. And I mean, he has a very good draft. It's just, he seems like his first 3 picks, Megazord Y, Hydreigon, and Alomomola, are all Keldeo, sorry, are all special attackers. And I'm just like, why? Why do you get 3 special attackers in your first 3 picks when you could have gotten, I mean, you could have gotten Mega Gallade in the second round, or you could have gotten Mega Metachamp. Those are physical attackers. Like, dude, pick a physical attacker. And looking at this, the only really physical attacker I see is like Lucario, but Lucario also has base 110 special attack, so it's actually a really good mixed attacker as well. And it's just, I don't know, it just, to me, just didn't really make a whole lot of sense, and it didn't seem to synergize very well. But he did make it to the finals last year, so I guess we'll see how it works out. And he also kind of has a Sun team going with Megazord Y and Venusaur, which, in my opinion, weather teams, which also, this explains the next rank, weather teams just don't fit well in this format, in my opinion, but it's my opinion. Moving on, in 9th place, we have the Houston Axios, coached by Slaxers, coming out of the Blue Division, as well as the Baltimore Braviaries. I was like, wait, no, those two didn't mix. Anyways, and really the reason being, I really liked his explanation for the mons that he picked. He had very good explanations for why he picked what he picked, and I loved it. In all honesty, if it was just off reasons that he picked, he would be in first place. The reason I drop him so low from being first place is because of the fact that he has a sand team, and it's a clear sand team. I mean, come on. Hippowdon, Excadrill, Mega Garchomp. Tell me that right there does not tell you sand team. Someone, tell me that does not tell you sand team. I know he doesn't specifically have to run a sand team, but in all honesty, everyone's going to be preparing for a sand team, which could or could not work in his favor. So, I feel he has a better chance than the previous coaches to do better, but I also feel that the upcoming coaches also have a chance to do a lot better than him. And in all honesty, in this league, you never know what's going to happen, especially in this format. There's the chance that you can just run house on everyone and completely body everyone, and there's also the chance that it can go vice versa and everyone can just run house on you. But I just feel that, and really I just strongly feel that weather teams do not fit well in this format, so that's why I drop him down to 9th place. Coming in 8th place, coming out of the Red Division, we have the Anastar Umbreons, coached by Mystic Umbreon. And honestly, this is when it got really hard to start ranking people, because there were so many coaches that had so many good things going with their team. It just came down to the fact that some people just had a bit more of an edge than others, and I felt their team was just a tiny bit stronger. Like, for example, Mystic had not Typhlosion, I'm sorry, Mienshao Season 1, and he said it worked really, really well. And he also picked up Mega Gardevoir and Bisharp, which synergized with Mienshao pretty well. And Milotic, which covers his water weakness. He just had a really good synergizing team, and it seemed really, really good. Just other people just had an edge over him, and I know for the rest of this video I'm gonna have second thoughts about where I put people, but it's just the fact that it was just this one person had this tiny little edge over another, and that's what put them over there. Alright, so coming into 7th place, also out of the red division, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Ebah. And I just felt that if he does not bring Victini and Jirachi in the same week, if he does not bring Victini and Jirachi in the same week, or Jirachi and Fortress in the same week, he will have a very, very, very good chance. And I know he is dropping Diggersby, I think he said? Yeah, Diggersby for regular Sableye, which gives him, in my opinion, a bit more of an edge, due to the fact that he does not have to Mega Evolve right off the bat. But I think if he makes a move, he does have to Mega Evolve, but he can just switch in and switch right out, like the GBA. And I think that could really mess with his opponents, especially the fact that he has Prankster with that, and then he has Magic Bounce when he Mega Evolves into Mega Sableye. And the rest of his team really synergizes well with Mamoswine, and Mamoswine is just a complete wall breaker. It breaks wall after wall after wall after wall. I've seen it break a freaking Cresselia in 2 hits. That's ridiculous. And then but I'm putting him lower because I feel that Ebah, in my opinion, I don't feel that he has a lot of battling experience to go off of, and he doesn't have the amount of instincts that the coaches above him have, and that just kind of gives them more of an edge. Coming in 6th place, I originally had him in 3rd place. It was the Sacramento Kingdras, coached by Erik the Red, coming out of the yellow division. And the reason I dropped him, because he has such a good draft. Mega Altaria, Heatran, Raikou, Mandibuzz, Feraligatr, Machamp, Slowbro, Noivern, Doublade, Tyrantrum, and Ambipom. My goodness, how did Ambipom drop so low? Ambipom's such a good mon. And then Feraligatr and Machamp can put up so much work. Noivern can also put in work. I've taken out an AV max special defense, what do you call it? Luxray with a Draco from a Specs Noivern, a timid Specs Noivern, in 1 hit. I O-coded it, and I was just like, what in the world just happened? I did get a crit, but whatever. Anyways, I mean, his team just synergizes so freaking well. The only thing, I know, he told me this in one of our fail recordings, because we had to record the interview like 3 times. He tends to be kind of hyper offensive, and I feel that just kind of bumped him lower than some of the other coaches, because I don't really see them doing that. And then coming in 5th place is the East Lansing Toxicroaks, coming out of the red division, coached by Poi. And oh my gosh, his team is really well built. The only thing that really hinders him is he has a really big ground weakness. Manectric, Darmanitan, Empoleon, Nidoking, and I think that's it. And Muck are all weak to ground. That's 5 of his 11 mons. It's like half his team is weak to ground. And he only has really 1 ground immunity, which is Staraptor. And then Alakazam you can also basically count as a ground weakness, because that thing has no defense. And the thing that kind of puts him above Erik, because I know Erik, I was debating which one I should put in 5th, is he has experience with his mons, and that really kind of bumped him up a good amount, because I had him in 9th, and then he moved up to 5th when I was rebuilding this, because he has experience with Mega Alakazam, which is a really interesting pick, because of the fact that now you don't see Mega Alakazam ever, really. I haven't seen it all that much. I've seen it a couple times in a few of his battles, because I have known him for longer than I've been in the MPL, a lot longer than I've been in the MPL, or involved in the MPL, I should say. And I know he has experience with Mega Alakazam, and he has experience with Staraptor and Muck, and he loves using Muck. Muck 2 OP. He has like 4 of those on his channel. And I just feel that the experience he has with those mons just kind of gives him a bit more of an edge. Moving into the top 5, we have, or actually, moving into the final 4 teams, we have the last team in the Red Division, the Viridian B Drills, coached by Dench B, and oh my goodness, his draft, oh my goodness, his draft, oh my goodness, his draft is just ridiculous. I think he could bring Mew, Talonflame, Megalophony, Thunderous Incarnate, Terrakion, and Uxie every single game, which are those are his first 6 picks, by the way. He could bring those every single game and probably do really well. He could probably actually go 10-2 and probably make it into the playoffs. That's just, I think he can do that. He also has Kingdra, and he's dropping Politoed for Gardevoir. He also has Golbat, Reuniclus, and Klefki. And his team just kind of synergizes really well. I just feel that there are a few mons that overlap in certain areas that just kind of kill it, honestly. And they're just like honestly, from what I heard, he did not want Uxie. He wants to trade that off. It's kind of like a trade fodder or drop fodder. But he already dropped Politoed for Gardevoir, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. You should kind of keep your draft together and solid, because if you look at some of the other leagues, they don't really change their draft all that often. And it's really uncommon to do that in a league, and I just feel like some of the things he plans to do, changing his draft, might hinder him more than help him. And in third, coming in third, we have coming out of the Yellow Division, we have the San Francisco 49tails, coached by Visor. And oh my gosh, it's like these top 4 teams. It was so hard to place them. It was so hard to place them because they all had such good things going for them. I mean, Visor has Megazord X, Gengar, Scizor, Umbreon, Rotom-Wash, Espeon. I feel like these top 4 teams could literally bring their first 6 picks every single week and probably go 9-3, maybe even 8-4 at the least. And like, Visor also has Swampert and Hitmonlee, which is a really good spinner and good fighting type, and Swampert is kind of sort of bulky. And Thunderous Incarnate gives him flying coverage, gives him ground immunity. Megazord X puts in so much work in this format. If you have seen what Megazord X has done in the UCL, it takes lives. It takes lives. It takes almost as many. I mean, this thing literally swept a couple teams in the UCL in the first couple weeks. I mean, in my opinion, it is the second best Mega in this format and the best Mega in this league. And the only reason I say it's the best Mega in this league is because the best Mega in the metagame right now is Mega Metagross, and Mega Metagross is banned in this league. And the reason Mega Metagross is so good is because it gets a 40-point boost to its speed, bringing it from 70 to 110. And that's just ridiculous. And Megazord X, honestly, everyone runs it physical, but you could run it special. It has a really good special attack stat. You could run a special Megazord X and still put in work. Probably not as much as a physical one, but Like, oh my gosh, just Megazord X is such a good pick. And then Visor is also, even though it's not Mega, it's a really, really, really good pick. Gengar gives him some fairy coverage. Umbreon is just a straight up wall. Rotom Wash is also a good wall, and it's just, his draft was just amazing. And then coming in second, coming out of the blue division, we have Cypher Blocka. And talking with him, I know he has a very, very, very scary trick up his sleeve with one of his mons. And he said that in his interview, but he did not say what it is, and I will not tell you either. I will let that arise on its own, for lack of a better phrase to put that in. I mean, he has Suicune and Arcanine, which honestly, Arcanine is kind of sort of not really a lesser Entei. Like, and if you put Suicune and Entei on the same team, my goodness, that puts in so much work. And then Lando T, he has, in all honesty, one of the, if not the most versatile mon, aside from Mew, in the entire metagame, being Landorus Therian. You can learn Landorus Therian special, you can run it physical, you can run it bulky, you can run it mixed. It's the same thing you can do with Mew, it just doesn't have the move pool, is the thing. It's the same thing, it's a better Mew without the move pool, which is what puts it below Mew, honestly. And then he has Mega Scizor, which Mega Scizor with Technician, oh my gosh, that is putting in the finest of work with Bug Bite. That's putting in the finest of work, no matter what you say. And then Suicune, I mean, come on, who doesn't run Kurokun at least once? Come on, let's be honest here. And he also has Alakazam, regular Alakazam, which is a very good special attacker and a very good Psychic Stab on his part. And Rotom Mow, everyone sleeps on. If it's not Rotom Heat or Rotom Wash, everyone sleeps on those Rotom forms. But in all honesty, they're all the same, just different types. And a couple different weaknesses here and there. And, I mean, he has, hold on. He has 1, 2, 3, he has 4 Intimidate users. So let's say the Memphis Ursalings decide to come out with Kyurem Black. He has the potential to get Kyurem Black to -4 special, or -4 physical attack, which is like, it's what? No, it's not an 8. Is it an 8? Or is it a quarter? It's not a quarter, it can't be a quarter. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it's like, it's 6, he has the potential to get 4 stages lowered. Which, wait, hold on, it'd be a third, then a half, and then a third and a half, so it halves the attack, and then it's, I don't know, I think it's like -1.5 on Showdown. I'm pretty sure it's -1.5 on Showdown. No, it's -2 on Showdown. It's -2 times on Showdown. So, whatever that calculates to, I don't know. But that's like, that's ridiculous that he's so many Intimidate users, and honestly, he doesn't have to bring them all. By the way, his Intimidate users are Lando T, Arcanine, Scrafty, and Gramble. And Gramble giving him that fairy typing as well, also with Heal Bell, and it's a utility and support mon. He can literally bring that thing in for an Intimidate and then switch right back out, honestly. If you really wanted to. If he's real, he'll do it. Anyways, moving on. In first place, if you haven't figured it out already, we have, coming out of the green division, we have the Memphis Ursalings, coached by Ragenaught. And oh my lord, like, I literally saw his draft for the first time, and I was just like, oh, I am so glad I'm not a coach. I said that out loud. I was like, I am so glad I'm not a coach, because that would terrify, this draft would terrify me so much that I would probably quit before the season started, honestly, because it's just so scary. Because he has, oh my gosh, his draft is so good. I don't see how his draft is this good. I don't see how some of the other coaches didn't see, hold on, he's getting a lot of good mods. I should probably kind of stop this guy. Then again, it's really hard to do that because you don't know what they're thinking. He has Mega Venusaur, Zapdos, and Kyurem Black as his first 3 picks. And honestly, Mega Venusaur is probably the 3rd or 4th best Mega in this meta. Possibly swappable with Mega Caesar. And then Zapdos is really underrated. It's underrated. A lot of people overlook Zapdos, but Zapdos, I mean, it gives you its only weakness, I think, if I'm recalling this correctly, it has 2 weaknesses. Ice and Rock. Electric is weak to ground, but it's a flying type, so it doesn't get affected by ground. Which is honestly one of the best things about Zapdos. And Zapdos gets full switch, and it's kind of sort of bulky. And then Kyurem Black, it has like a 170 base attack stat. If that's not unlawful, I don't know what is. And then he has Manaphy. I mean, come on. If you can get one Tailglow up, actually, just today, I recorded an episode for a collab channel with one of my friends where we used Manaphy, and literally we had 3 of 4 games be forfeited wins for us because we got Manaphy in clean, set up a Tailglow, and just started wrecking house with Scald, of all things. Not Ice Beam, not Psychic, not Psyshock. I think it gets Psyshock, but Scald, which is stat, by the way. But a lot of people run Ice Beam. We didn't even run Ice Beam, and it wasn't even in the rain. We just started wrecking house with this Manaphy because that is +3 special attack. It's +3 special attack. Which actually, side note, if Cypher got all the Intimidates off in the world, he would actually make it -3 times. So that's what it is. Anyways, and then he has Entei in his Elf. Like, come on, Entei. Let's be honest here. Choice Band, max attack, max speed, Iron Head, Bulldoze or Stone Edge, and then Flare Blitz and no, Flare Blitz and Stone Edge. Not Bulldoze and Stone Edge, just Flare Blitz and Stone Edge. I mean, come on. What are you gonna do against that? Honestly, tell me. Please, tell me. Please enlighten me on what you're gonna do against that. If you can't one-hit KO that Entei, it's getting damage off on something. Actually, I've seen... Okay. I had Entei in a league go up against Crocun, and I went for a Choice Banded Flare Blitz. I outsped Suicune. And, I did 68% with a Choice Banded Flare Blitz against a Crocun. And it did 80% with a Scald, but I killed it the next turn with a Flare Blitz. And then I killed myself, so it was whatever. But still, it was just... An Entei took down a Suicune with 2 moves that were not very effective on it. And then he has a Zelf. A Zelf, in all honesty, is the best of the Lesser Mews. And the Lesser Mews are the Late Guardians, a Zelf, Mesprit, and Uxie. It's the best one out there. He could honestly, I feel he can bring Mega Venusaur, Zapdos, Kyurem Black, Manaphy, Entei, and Zelf every single game and have a very good chance at winning every single game and the entirety of the league. I don't see anyone really stopping him. His other picks are Whimsicott, Drapion, Snorlax, Hitmontop, and Metagross. Regular Metagross. And literally, out of all those Mons, his absolute worst pick is Drapion. And Drapion, in all honesty, overall, is not a bad pick. So I don't see anything really stopping him from winning the league and going, what would it be, 14-0, I think? Overall, I don't really see anything stopping him going from 12-0, except for maybe some of his division rivals, which are the Leeds Firehorns, Wolverhampton Weaviles, and St. Louis Sableyes. I really don't see any of his division rivals having a decent chance at stopping him the first time they play him. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I am very, very, very excited for the season to start tomorrow, and I hope you guys are too, and we will see you guys then. Thank you for watching this Power Rankings. Remember, these come out every single Thursday over here on the MPL channel. I'm your host, BulkyCottonCandy, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks for Power Rankings after the season starts. Bye!